What's up everyone, John Rettinger here. One of the big knocks on the iPhone 3G when it was released was that it lacked a turn-by-turn navigation option to really take advantage of the built-in GPS. You were limited to just using Google Maps. But with the release of OS 3.0 for the iPhone 3G and the iPhone 3GS, that has been rectified. So let me show you one of the rectifers, if that's a word. This is AT&T Navigator for the iPhone 3G or 3GS, which gives you full turn-by-turn navigation with voice guidance. So this application is free to download from the App Store, but it is going to cost you $9.99 a month. It is a little bit expensive, but if you're like me and you get lost trying to drive home, having a turn-by-turn navigation system always in your pocket is well worth the price. You know, certainly it would be nice if it was bundled, but for me, at least, $9.99 is a very worthwhile price. So let me show you what it looks like. Go ahead and fire it up. AT&T Navigator, and it's powered by TeleNav, which is really the same system that powers a lot of the cell phone navigation systems, like the ones found on Sprint. I know uses it. I believe it powers Verizon's Navigator, T-Mobile, really anything with the GPS. Odds are you're going to see something from TeleNav. Now this is just one of the first turn-by-turn options that's going to be available. As we saw a few months ago, TomTom is going to be releasing their own turn-by-turn navigation option. I'm sure other companies will follow suit, ones that won't have a subscription model like this. But for right now, this is the best available, and you get your nice warning when you open it up. Don't attempt to use this while driving. We're not driving. So first, let me talk about some of the negatives about this, and I'll get into all the good things, because there really are a lot of good. Negatives, certainly the price, and I also don't like that you can't type in landscape. And the last really knock on this is that you do need a data connection for it to work. So if you're lost out in the middle of the boonies and need to fire this thing up, ain't gonna work for you. So you're greeted with a very familiar navigation option. This is very intuitive to navigate. Drive to. You can select a ton of favorites that you want to put in there. Recent places, address, business, airport, intersection. If you want to do an address, you can type it or call it, which is silly. All call it does is just call a number, which you can just do using your phone. But if you want to type it, you can go ahead and type the house number, the street, the city, the address. It really is quite easy. So let's go ahead and go back. You can do business, and you can search for local businesses, airports by you, intersections. And again, you can type it or call it. So let's go ahead and pick airport. There's an airport right by me. For those of you that have been watching my videos for a while, you know before I moved, you knew very well there was an airport by me because you heard a plane fly by every 4 minutes. And let me tell you, I pretty much lived in the airport. At least it sounded like I did. So we'll go ahead to Orange County Airport. And you can see what the routing looks like.
Turn right and then turn left.
So it actually will say the street names too. So right now it's saying Quail Ridge. So it would say right turn on Quail Ridge as you're driving up to it in that very...
Checking route for traffic.
And the next thing I was going to say is this also gives you real-time traffic, and it'll reroute you for traffic. If you do have excessive congestion in a way you're driving, you'll get a little symbol up here in the upper left-hand corner. And if you tap it, it will reroute you for the least traffic. So that is actually quite nice. So let me show you what your options are here when you're in the actual GPS. So you have your pretty straightforward navigation screen. As I mentioned, no support for landscape, unfortunately. You can get a summary of where you're going to go. So you can get a route summary, a traffic summary, or a map summary. The route summary just gives you a very simple route. If you go back in traffic summary, it'll check traffic and it'll tell you how much traffic you have based on color. See right there, it says minimize all delays. So it will reroute you to minimize delays. And map summary pulls up a map very similar to what you find on Google Maps. You can search along the route for anything you're looking for, or you can end trip. So let's go ahead and end trip, and I'll go through and show you the rest of the options. And just know this does work, and actually does work quite well. So we just went through the search, so let me show you the maps and traffic option. And it should look very similar to what you're used to with Google Maps. You've got a 2D or 3D option, so we'll go ahead and change it to 3D, get some kind of cool navigation. And you can scroll along and just looks like it's in 3D. And you hit the little GPS button down there and it'll pull up where you are. Nothing really that exciting. So let's go back to the home screen. Tools and extras, I'll show you what we have here. You can set your favorites, you can choose your preferences. You can choose whether you want to route it the fastest, traffic optimize, shortest, prefer streets, prefer highway, or if you're walking, if you're a pedestrian. For those of you that are in big cities, like if you're in New York and you need some pedestrian guidance, that is always helpful. Traffic alerts, on or off. You can turn off the audio options with street names or no street names. You really can customize this and make it really nice and easy to use. So overall, I've been very impressed with the TeleNav system. I used it on the Palm Pre and really liked using it. It really is the very same experience now for AT&T. And I can't tell you how happy I am to finally have navigation on my iPhone. Like I said earlier, I get lost really easily. And having this little bit of a safety net is quite nice. I would certainly prefer if it wasn't $9.99, but for me to have that safety net and that convenience, it's worth it. Certainly I'll look at other non-subscription models when they become available and see if maybe that offers a better option. So hope you enjoyed. For exclusive content, be sure to follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/John4Lakers. I'll put a link up in the sidebar, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.